My name is Anders Wall. I am Chief International Officer of GreenMobility. We are a electric car sharing service. We operate a fleet of 400 all-electric vehicles in Copenhagen, and soon we will do the same in Oslo, Norway, with an additional fleet. We believe very much in completely electric vehicles in order to benefit cities and the environment. For us, I think and to anyone using car sharing, it has to be very simple. It has to be done in a very few steps. For us, easily through the app, you locate the nearest vehicle. It's a free-floating service, so the cars are parked around the streets. So using the app, you find the nearest car, you reserve it, and then you simply walk to the car. You have 30 minutes free reservation. And once you get to the car, you simply unlock it, also using the app. So there are no PIN codes, no RFID cards, but keeping it very simple. Take your drive, go to wherever you want to go, and once you're done, you simply exit the vehicle and you press end trip in the app, and that's it, you're done. Luckily, we have a quite steady service, so everything is working, I would say, quite nicely. Usually if there's a problem, it has to do with cell reception or something like that. Yes, the way we operate our business is that all the cars have a box in it that keeps track of the car. We know where the car is. We also know the fundamentals of the car, battery level, any warnings, and so on. Of course, we know who's in it. So we can monitor the fleet constantly from our customer service, where we have a back-end platform. We're able to contact our users directly. And if they have any problems, all the cars have a call button installed in the ceiling where they can easily push it and get in contact with our customer service. For any questions they may have, where can they park here, if there's an error from the car or something else they may have a question on, we're there to help them 24 hours a day. Well, I think at the moment we are active in Denmark and Norway with our operations, but we are also, I think initially we focused a lot on Europe, but because it was just easy, it was the closest to our native city of Copenhagen. But today, realizing that car sharing is global, it's something we see everywhere. So we go to Asia, now we're here in Ukraine, and all over we see the possibilities and actually the demand for car sharing as a means to improve the city mobility and of course also creating a more sustainable city. Well, I think there are several things. One is that, as we see in many countries, then there's a political ambition of having a more sustainable traffic and mobility, meaning that investing into infrastructure for electric mobility, of course, we need charging capabilities. Also, how can we incentivize shared mobility in terms of better parking opportunities and so on. Then from a lot of people we've spoken to, luckily we see a clear interest in changing into shared mobility rather than owning your own car. Well, they are more or less the same, no matter where we go. In that respect, I think most cities are alike. That we have some fundamental things in terms of infrastructure, parking, as I mentioned, but also fundamentally barriers for people. That you have to change your perception on how do you do mobility. So this is something that we slowly are changing habits of people, and they are not specific to Copenhagen or Kiev or London. It's the same everywhere. I'm sure it will evolve. First off, it has to evolve, of course, to really make a change. But from all that I'm hearing, it is changing, that more and more charging stations are being built. I've met with people who does this kind of business, and I think this is step one for really changing. And then also, as I mentioned, providing some incentive to really accelerate this. For sure, autonomous will be here. It's just a matter of time. But I think it will be a bit further away. 5-10 years, we know that they've been testing already, but I think there's a few steps until we'll see autonomous everywhere. But once it happens, then it's very natural, because we have the structure, we have the customer base, we have the back-end system, so it's quite easy to change into autonomous vehicles. We simply just have to change the actual vehicles that we use. Well, I think it's fantastic that you are gathering so many people here, and with a lot of great topics that are all linked into both the technology but also mobility, and how we can improve for the benefit of all of us. Of course, have to come here, and Kiev is a wonderful city.